In this episode of Rob Christie Hike Across America, we continue with our mission, try to find something worth doing in every state. This week, we finish up our time here in Kentucky and go into Mammoth Cave National Park. Located just a few miles off of Highway 70 in Cave City, Mammoth Cave is definitely worth the stop. Here at Mammoth Cave National Park in Kentucky, getting ready to do a self-guided cave tour here. This place is actually pretty big, got one of the biggest visitor centers I've seen. You have to walk down here a little bit to get to the entrance of the cavern. They do have tours where you take buses, but which I did have, but because Christy wasn't going to wait around for it and it was later on in the day, I opted out for the self-guided tour. Now, Mammoth Cave does offer a variety of cave tours, ranging from 20 minutes on up into 4 hours long, depending on what you want to see and how much time you actually have. Now, I did the 20-minute self-guided discovery tour, which I don't recommend unless you're running short on time. Now, the park is free to get into, but you will have to pay for your cave tour. However, if you have the American the Beautiful Pass, you will get a discount. And as far as wheelchair accessibility goes, I didn't see a wheelchair ramp or an elevator for that matter, but if you could get down the stairs, the sidewalk in here is pretty wheelchair friendly. Get an idea of how big this dome is in here. It's pretty cold in here. Actually, it's kind of freezing, but it's nice compared to what's outside. So far, not like the caves we have in Missouri. It doesn't have a stalactites or stalagmites yet. It's more of a onyx cave or a alabaster cave style, but it's still pretty cool. It's pretty massive still. Speaking of alabaster caves, this really does remind me of Alabaster Caverns in Oklahoma, which is a really cool state park. I'll leave a link to that video up top. And you will find a lot of sections blocked off during the self-guided discovery tour, and that's because these are for the other tours that require a tour guide to get into. Looks like you actually get off the really nice paved trail here and head into some dirt. Now, Mammoth Cave is the largest cave system in the world, most of it being unexplored, so there was no way I would have came through Kentucky without at least checking it out once. And aside from being the largest cave, it's also considered one of the most haunted places in the world. And in case you were wondering why I don't suggest a self-guided discovery tour, it's this right here. It's very boring to look at, very repetitious. If you want to see some stalactites or stalagmites, you will have to take a bigger tour. However, this is at your own pace, and it is only 10 minutes in and 10 minutes out. Now, here's a really good example of how big this place actually is compared to the people in front of me. You could probably drive an 18-wheeler down here without any problems. This is another one of those sections that I mentioned earlier that's blocked off because you do need a tour guide to get down in there. Now, it turns out that Mammoth Cave is the second largest tourist attraction in America, second to only Niagara Falls, which I would have thought Grand Canyon would have been in the top two. So if you are planning a trip to Mammoth Cave, Keep this in mind, and it's a big one. Buy your tickets in advance, not just days, but weeks. You try to get your tickets on the day of, it'd most likely be sold out already, even if you got there right when they first opened up. All in all, it is pretty big in here. We were just doing a super small portion of it. I didn't take an actual tour. This was a self-guided discovery tour. It is at your own pace and really kind of boring in my opinion. Out of all the caverns I've been in, this is gonna probably fall into my least favorites, but just the size of it is pretty cool. Really massive mammoth. Now, I'm not too sure what they were doing, but there seemed to be an awful lot of construction work going on at the opening of the cave. Even though I couldn't convince Chrissy to go down into the cavern with me, she still wanted to do something here at this park. So we found a little trail that went to a small cave that we could look at from the overlook. Can't really see, it's like a sinkhole cave. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, all in all, I thought Mammoth Cave was pretty cool, and there are a lot of other caverns just outside of the park that you could do if you weren't able to get a ticket for this place. If you're not a huge cave fan, this place might be kind of boring for you. In the next episode of Rock Crusty Hike Across America, we're back in our home state of Missouri, and we'll be hanging out with the traveling Trekkies. We'll be checking out pinnacles, as well as Rock Bridge Memorial Park. So if you found yourself liking this video, and you want to see more, please like, share, subscribe. There's plenty on the channel, more on the way. Till next time, keep on hiking.